Ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear my voice and if you can see my face, then that means we are back together for another Monday night, and we are back for more Pittsburgh music. That's right, it's time for Firepitt. My name is Megan Pennington, and with me, as always, is my best friend, Jim Skiff. Jim, how are you?
I'm doing great, Megan. And I had like a little bit of a synchronicity occur today that kind of blew my mind a little bit. I have this little side gig I've been doing for about 2 weeks, a couple days a week. I do deliveries for Pittsburgh Fresh, which is a really nice store right here in Brookline. They provide meals for people all over the Pittsburgh area. They do catering. Their food is really great. They're a wonderful little option for people who don't have time to cook. I think that's the deal. So anyway, I went out. I did my route today. I got back to the store, brought my boxes and whatnot in, and I came out the door and I looked over to my right, and there's a dumpster there behind the store. And right in front of my eyes, plain as day, is a big sticker, One-Eyed Daddies. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. There's a One-Eyed Daddy sticker right in the back of my store, and I'm interviewing Brian tonight. It just seemed like one of those magical little moments that we often experience here on the Fire Pit. How are you doing, Megan? I know you've been out running around as usual. How many gigs did you have so far today?
I only had one this weekend, believe it or not. I had a
Sounds unusual.
I know. I had a nice, easygoing day. I played some acoustic tunes down at Carmela's in the South Side. It's a place you got to get into, Jim. Wonderful spot. It feels like walking into Nashville when you go in there. And Carmela, she is not only the owner of the bar, but she is a hands-on owner. I've seen her slinging drinks. I've seen her moving food. I haven't seen in the kitchen, but I don't wear my non-slips to gigs, so I don't get back there. But I'm certain of it that she's back there cooking too. She is the superwoman, and I admire everything about her. And she supports the Pittsburgh music scene, and it's awesome. So I did some stuff over there today, and now I'm here. And I'm very excited to be here because every now and then when we do these episodes, I not only am a fan of the music, but I'm also a friend of the musician. And tonight I get to chat with one of my longest standing friends in the Pittsburgh music scene. It's been like 7 years. We met at Rock Out to Knock Out Cancer forever ago through Mr. Ray Powers at the Tilted Kilt, wasn't it?
The Tilted Kilt, yeah.
Yeah, that was forever ago. We've got
I think it was like 2015.
Yeah, 2015.
2016, something like that.
10 years now. Oh my God, Brian. Where's the time going? At any rate, folks, we have the one and only Brian Genovesi on the line with us. We love him. How you doing?
Good. Glad to be here.
We are so happy to have you. Jim, I'm going to let you start off with the questions because you are the man when it comes to that. So fire away.
Well, thank you so much, Megan. I thought I'd do a little intro here for our guest. Emerging from Pittsburgh, PA in 1994, One-Eyed Daddies have coated the ears of countless people influenced by the ever-changing world. They have developed an eclectic alternative style with elements of jazz, funk, soul, rock, and country punk. One-Eyed Daddies lineup consists of Brian Genovesi, guitar and vocals, Steve Ivel, bass and vocals, and Dan Sapola, drums and vocals. The Daddies disbanded in 2002, pursuing other projects, but happily they have reunited in 2023, and they've been going strong ever since. They just released 3 brand new singles, which we are going to hear and talk about this evening with their frontman, the inimitable Brian Genovesi. We're really glad to have you here, and I wanted to ask a couple of questions. One, I'm wondering about your name. It evokes certain images that come to mind, and I'm wondering if there's a little story behind how that name came about.
No story. We were just young and dumb, and it stuck.
It's stuck, and it's a great name.
Yeah.
And you took a little hiatus from the band, and I'm wondering what brought you guys back together.
Just music, like everybody went about their lives. Like I had kids, so I took a step back from music for a while. The drummer Dan also had kids, took a step back. And then kids are grown. I started playing music again. I've just been doing solo acoustic stuff. That was how I got in with Megan. And then hooked up with the bass player again, and we started playing. It sounded good. We called Dan, and it just kind of gelled back together, just like it was before.
Well, it's you guys are really sounding great. Where do you work as far as recording? Do you record at home, or do you have a studio of choice that you go to?
We recorded those 3 tracks at Tonic Recording Studios out in McKeesport. Yeah, I've known Doug for a long. He's the owner and engineer there. I've known Doug for a long time. He does great work, so I know I can't go wrong when I go into that studio.
And I've noticed your lyrics are extremely literate, poetic, controversial, I might say, in some ways. Do you have like a poetic bent to your nature? Have you been writing songs for a long time, or is it a new occupation?
No, I've been writing songs since I was 11, 12 years old.
Is that when you got your first guitar?
Yes, I was 10 when I got my first guitar.
Wow. Do you remember what brand it was?
I do. It was a giant bright blue Flying V court guitar. Bought it for $100.
Do you still have it?
I do not.
And what do you have a guitar of choice when you're writing? Do you use the acoustic primarily, or do you go electric sometimes?
I don't know that I have a preference. Some songs just sound better on acoustic, some sound better on electric.
Do the lyrics come first, or the melodies, or do they kind of evolve together?
Typically, I have notebooks and memos on my phone full of lyrics and stuff like, so, and then it always will turn into, I have same thing. I have a bunch of guitar riffs or, chords that I like. And so like they always evoke some kind of feeling. It's either happy or mad or whatever. And then I kind of go through my lyrics and read what kind of fits the feel of the song. And then I record the guitar part and I listen to it over and over and I try to sing to it to come up with a melody. And then I adjust the words to fit the melody. And then I have to teach myself to sing it and play it. Because if I just sit there and play it and try to sing at the same time, every one of my melodies would just go with my right hand.
When you bring it to the band, do you have like an idea of what you want to hear as far as a bass line and percussion, or do you?
Well, that's what's great about these guys. Like I always have something in my head, and I always usually just have like a verse and a chorus or something to show them, and they always add something that I don't expect. Like they always make it sound, and then it changes the whole feel for me too. That's why I like writing with these guys. I think that's why we do so well together.
Why don't you talk to us a little bit about the first track that we're going to listen to, Energy? It to me, it seems like you're longing for the return of a relationship, but there's something else going on there as well. How did this song come about?
Energy for me, it's just like everything consists of energy. Everything is made up of energy, and energy impacts everything that it touches. It affects everything, whether it's positive energy, negative energy, good or bad. It affects everything. So the song's basically about relationship of people and the impact and effect that they have on each other.
Well, it's a great tune. There's a lot of wicked licks and killer hooks in this song. Awesome backbeat. It's really, really driving. It's infectious. And I love a lot of these lines, rivers of absurdity cloaked in disguise, parallel lies. Before the dawn, there was ambiguity, riding your current out of the darkness. And I lost my mind when I lost you, which is just a powerful line. And to me, the whole song kind of hinges on that. What do you think, Megan? Should we give a listen to Energy?
I think that is a fantastic idea. So let's go ahead and spin it, y'all. Here comes Energy.
in parallel lines, away from the battles within. I miss your energy. Do you ever miss mine? I miss your energy. Do you ever miss mine? Baby, it's all the time. Wickedly walking deceptions, I confess. Choosing words born of pride and selfishness. And on my knees, my faith shall bear witness. 'Cause it's all or nothing in the candlelight. Before the dawn, there was ambiguity. This collision is barrier between you and me. But there's no logic in emotionality. We all come to the table to bathe, wrapped up in the rhythm of catharsis, riding your current out of the darkness, and closing wounds that have marked us. 'Cause I lost my mind when I lost you. I miss your energy. Do you ever miss mine? I miss your energy. Do you ever miss mine?
There you have it, folks. That was Energy by the One-Eyed Daddies, one of the best groups here in Pittsburgh. I'm so glad that we're doing this because I've seen you perform by yourself and with the group, and it's a very different experience. Yet there's a lot of similarities, obviously, because that's just something that happens when you stick the same musician in every project. I have been getting asked this question a lot lately. What do you prefer? Do you prefer being in a band or playing by yourself?
Oh, that's a tough one. They both have, drawbacks, and I like playing in a band better.
Yeah,
I like having the fullness of it. I like the music better like that. But I like doing solo acoustic because I can change things, spin things, do things on the fly. However, I'm feeling it in the moment, which you can't really do in a band.
Yeah.
Take people by surprise.
Yeah. I was just having that conversation with Tyler earlier. He says that he doesn't necessarily miss the days of Moonshine Jasmine being a duo because our set list would just be a suggestion. I would throw so many surprises at him. So you're definitely right in that regard. I thoroughly enjoy both versions of your performance, and I've always admired you as a guitar player because you could do that tapping thing that I've just never been able to do, and I think that's so cool. It's so neat.
Well, Brian, I particularly am fond of your vocals. You have really kind of an iconic classic sound, and you kind of seamlessly go into a falsetto. I'm kind of dating myself now, and that's really the only way I could get a date at this point in my life. But it really reminded me of Mark Farner from Grand Funk Railroad going back a few years.
Wow, thank you.
Could you talk about maybe your influences a little bit? What kind of music did you listen to growing up, and what do you think has kind of shaped your musical vocabulary? I think it's a wide one.
Yeah, it is. It is honestly the first album I ever fell in love with when I was a kid that really got me into music was Hall & Oates, Rock and Soul Part 2. And then I got into metal. You know, I found like Twisted Sister and Rat and Motley Crue and those guys, and then Metallica. But like big influences in my guitar playing, yeah, definitely Metallica, Jimi Hendrix, Frank Zappa. Always loved Frank Zappa. Red Hot Chili Peppers, you know, and then the whole punk rock scene. I always loved Minor Threat, Fugazi, you know, Misfits.
And it seems to me like there's some jazz influences in there a little bit as well. Did you ever have like formal training as far as guitar or your vocals or anything, or are you completely self-taught?
Yeah, I mean, I took lessons when I was a kid, but I don't do well with lessons. It kind of in one ear and out the other kind of thing, you know, just endlessly playing scales. I just didn't feel like I was getting anywhere with it. So mostly just self-taught. And in singing, I always only got into singing because we could never find a singer that would want to sing my lyrics. You know, singers are touchy about that. They want to write their own lyrics, their own melodies. So, which I get, but we just never could. So then I just kept trying it, and I wasn't very good for a long time. And then I started playing in my church. I've been playing in my church for like 10 years, and I really think that's what improved my voice, you know, trying to sing people, you know, like Amy Grant, and, you know, like, you know, there's a lot of emotion in that. It taught me a lot about singing.
I think there's a lot of singers who got their start in the sanctuary. You know I did. My mother was a choir director. It was mandatory, and I liked it. You know, and it really, I think it really helps your musical vocabulary to sing those hymns and a lot of those gospel tunes. I think they really kind of stretch what your musical vocabulary is capable of. Could you talk to us a little bit about the next tune that we're going to hear, Fighter? How did this tune come about? Is there a specific person that you had in mind when you were writing it?
It's basically about, like, you know, toxic relationships, having trouble getting away from them and keep falling back to them.
I think we can all relate to that.
Yeah.
I really love the opening verse where you start out with that just a really classic funk-driven bass line, and along came a spider, sat down beside her, and then it all begins, you know, with the venom and I think we all can totally relate to that kind of a relationship. I think you have a fine knack for hitting on the core of human experience here. You know, what do you think, Megan?
Oh, I sure do. And I have spun this song in my personal life quite a few times. I'm a big fan of this one. And I'm really excited we get to listen to it again. I saw this on the list and I'm like, ooh, actually, two of my favorite songs of yours we get to play tonight, this one and the next. So let's have some fun together and let's all shake off the negative energy because that's what this song is for. Here Comes Spider by the One-Eyed Daddies.
suffer alone in the cold. Now I can't help myself, and I can't stand myself. So Lord, please take control, 'cause I don't wanna do it no more, no, no.
How long can this go on? Tonight, our moon leads the nightfall.
That was Spider by the One-Eyed Daddies. We are almost done with our time. It's so sad to say that, but time flies when you're having fun with old friends. So, Brian, before we let you go, tell us about all things new and upcoming. What do you got?
Well, I also play in a Nirvana tribute band called Lithium, and we're playing the City Winery on the 24th of this month. And then I have a solo gig down at Giant Oaks Winery in Finleyville, really cool spot. That's the 30th. And I'm really just starting our booking now. We have some things booked for March and beyond, but nothing really before that.
Well, we will be on you so hard for some gigs with ScarFire, so be on the lookout for my messages. Plus, Moonshine Jasmine's looking to do some collab gigs with some people at some venues. So if you want to like throw together something, I got a 5-piece that we could do something crazy with.
Oh, I'm always up for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you're doing a video too.
Yeah, we're
Doing a
good.
video.
Trying to get all kinds of things done here sooner rather than later, man. You know how it is working the beat of the music scene. Well, Jim, I know that you had some questions about the last song. I've listened to it so many times, but I'm gonna let you ask your questions.
Oh yeah, we're gonna bring it on home with "Going Home." There's some lines that really stick out. You know, when I listen to the song, we're bringing out the worst in each other. Be kind or just shut up. I quit. I'm going home. This sounds like the dialogue at Thanksgiving dinner at many homes in America this year. I'm wondering if you had a particular type of conversation or relationship in mind when you wrote this song, Brian.
No, it was just everybody. I was just watching the whole world just fight. It's like you're one side or the other. There's no in between. Yeah, it's troubling. It's troubling to see how crazy it's gotten and how just two-sided everything is. There's no gray. It's black or white. And it is. People are being just shitty to each other, and I don't get it. I mean, if you don't like it, just shut up. You know, if you can't, it's basically that line. If you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say anything at all. You know, it's just a more punk rock way of saying it.
Right.
Exactly. And our whole country has really been divided with all this divisive rhetoric. And, it's a typical ploy for those in power to pit us against each other so that we don't pay attention while they're picking our pockets. And, I get the feeling that there's going to be a lot of that going on over the next few years, regardless of what they're trying to tell us. And I really appreciate the message that you are promoting of, come on, people, let's be kind to each other. How about a little love? Let's start a revolution right here, right now. I think it's time to put all this divisive rhetoric aside and let's all go home together.
I think that sounds lovely. And I appreciate that unintentional callback to your song, Start a Revolution. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Go listen to that one, folks.
Absolutely, yeah. And I appreciate the fact that you're not afraid to talk about social issues and the relationships. A lot of artists kind of shy away from that. You hear a lot of love songs, you hear some breakup songs, but you don't really hear anyone addressing, not too many people anyway, addressing the divisions that have been encouraged by the powers that be. And I think it's time for the people to take it back from them and this is a great song for doing exactly that.
The songs need to be honest, you know. The more honest they are, the more they're going to hit other people. You know, the more they're going to see it, the more they're going to appreciate it or understand it.
Exactly.
I've always felt that way, you know. Like one point in my life, I'll always honest is my music.
Well, I knew there was a reason why I gravitated towards you, Brian, all those years ago at Rock Out. And I'm really glad that that absolute shit show of a wonderful time has brought me such lifelong friends. I could say that about you and a few other folks from the old Rock Out crew. So, thank you for all that you do and all that you are and all that you've written. I think we're going to close things off with Going Home by the One Eyed Daddies. But before we do that, I want to say thank you for tuning in for all things Firepitt and all things ScarFire Media. Check out the podcast network. We've got Craig Veltri, Malik Long. We're going to have Tyler Feathers soon enough. And we're cooking up the Compassion Cabin. So keep an eye out for all of those things. Importantly, though, we've got Find a Venue and the musician's catalog. Just go check out the website. There's so much. I'm not going to waste your time telling you all about it. You'll be able to see it all for yourself. In the meantime, between time, stay healthy, stay happy, stay safe. But most importantly, we don't have Scarpaces this week because of the playoffs. But I'll see you next time. So until then, peace and love.